All right, guys, let's get into some NBA picks and props for Tuesday, March 26th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at the board. Have you start us off?
Yes, we did some spring cleaning again, swept the board on the game picks. I am back in the dogs, and I gave out the Houston Rockets minus 10.5 versus the Trail Blazers. They ended up winning by 18. I guess you can say they're not dogs, but they're hungry dogs right now, and they're barking up on the Warriors' butt right now. Only one game back. Watch out, Golden State.
Yeah, and I had a 1-0 day myself. I gave out the Cavaliers minus 11.5 at home against the Hornets. Was not a pretty game early, 27-27 with 8 minutes in the second quarter. But the Cavaliers, they did end up winning by 20-plus points, just like I said the other day. So we did take the 1-0 day there. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you start us off?
Another cash is a cash. Doesn't matter how we get it. I gave out Jalen Green over 26.5 points versus the Trailblazers. He scored 27. He's seemingly putting the Rockets on his back. I don't care if I won on the hook because he still is that dog.
Yeah, I had a win as well. Jaylen Brown for the Boston Celtics over 22.5 points. Came out a little bit lower because everybody played tonight besides Holiday. He did score 24, cashing the over. And this is why I have a problem sometimes with the NBA betting on some games. Trey, let's go to the group play. We had an 0-1 day for Trey, 0-2 day for myself. We both took the Boston Celtics minus 11.5 going up against the Hawks. They were up by 30 points in this game. The Celtics had 75 points at the half. I had the team total over 118.5. They lost outright, 118-120 against the Hawks. They scored 44 points in the second half or something like that. Horrible. This is supposed to be the best team in the NBA also, by the way. Horrible beat by myself and the team total. The Boston Celtics, they just choked at the end. So a bad day for the group play, 0-3. Trey, let's try to make up for it with our players for tomorrow. We have no group play for tomorrow because there's only 4 games. We're going to break them 2 down here and then 2 on the member side. So if you guys want to check out the other 2, go to the member plays, only $4.99 a month. Trey, let's take a look at our plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be breaking down probably the best game on the slate, in my opinion. This Dallas Mavericks going up against Sacramento Kings game. And this is going to be a very entertaining game to watch. We're going to get treated to a playoff-like game here. That's because neither team wants to stay in the play-in. The Mavericks, they are currently the 7th seed, and the Kings currently the 8th seed. And both of them are only half a game behind the Suns for the 6th seed. So both teams know that they need to win this game for tiebreakers and to get that jump in the standings. And these two teams, they've already played twice this year, and both games were in Dallas. And the Kings won and covered both those games. I just expect something different here in this game, though, guys. Give me the Mavericks. I'm going to take them plus 1.5. I do expect them to win this game straight up, so I love that we're getting a point here. Dallas, they are just on a roll right now. They're 7-1 over their last 8 games, and a lot of people say it's because of their offense, but if you look at it, it is because of their defense. In those 7 wins, they are allowing 104 points per game. That's why they're also 7-1 ATS over that span as well. If the Mavericks can bring their defense to Sacramento, they are going to be able to cruise to a win here in this game. Luka and Kyrie, they're going to bring it just like they do every game. The Kings, they're relying on Sabonis to carry them to these wins with his offensive rebounding. And the Kings are just seemingly getting second chance after second chance. Look for the Mavericks to rally and keep him off the glass here in this game, and that's going to be the key to our cover. Give me the Mavericks here. I'm going to take them plus 1.5 versus the Kings.
Yeah, Trey, I like the play there for you. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Golden State Warriors going on the road to face off against Miami Heat. The Warriors, they've got 12 games left to play to try to make the playoffs, and I took them the other day against the T-Wolves because I thought they would fight, and they really did fight. The only problem was that they choked on the road in the last game against the T-Wolves. They were winning the entire game until the fourth quarter, and then they all came falling apart. They weren't able to cover the number. The pressure's heating up now because, guys, we only have 12 games to figure this out for all these teams, and the Houston Rockets are on their heels, only 1 game back from that 10 spot. This is a team who has been better on the road this season than at home, and they have the best player on the floor for this game in Stephen Curry. I think they will win this one on the road. I was looking ahead for their games that they need to win. They have the Orlando Magic on deck on the road. They're probably not going to win that one. Then they have a couple of layups against the Hornets and the Spurs, 2 games they should win. Then they have to go through a couple tough games, one against the Mavericks. They have a very important game coming up against the Houston Rockets. That game could mean a lot for both teams. Over the last 4 games, they played 2 teams above 500, 2 teams below 500. We have to assume they push there. If the Warriors don't win this game, they could finish 5-7 over the last 12. I don't think that's enough for them to make the playoffs. Golden State needs their best player, Stephen Curry, to show up, and they just simply need to outscore Miami because I don't know if Miami can keep up if the Warriors are playing their A game. Give me the Warriors on the money line as the play. Now we can go to the player props. Have you start us off?
I'm going to be staying in my game. It's going to be Kyrie Irving to go over his points versus Sacramento Kings. I really love this over for Irving in this game. We are going to see him dominate here on the road, and I believe that for a few reasons. The first reason is because Kyrie, he is just on a roll right now. Over his last 5 games, Kyrie, he's averaging 25.4 points per game, and I have to expect him to reach 25 plus points here again in this one. That's because of his matchup versus the Kings. Sacramento, they love to play at a very fast pace, and that's great for their offense. That kind of puts their defense behind the 8 ball, and that is going to allow Irving to cook here in this game. And that is what he has done against the Kings historically. Over Irving's last 5 games versus the Kings, he's averaging 26.8 points per game. I expect Kyrie to just do what he does best, sauce up the Kings, and just cruise to a good number here. So give me Kyrie Irving to go over his points versus the Kings.
Yeah, I like the play. We don't know who we pick. Great minds think alike, I guess. I'm taking Daniel Gafford of the Dallas Mavericks to go over his total points against the Kings, mixing it up a little bit because I don't think we've talked about Gafford this season. I was looking at the Mavericks. I was going to either take Luka or Kyrie. Obviously, that's the smart play because they do score a ton of points. But Daniel Gafford caught my eye because he's been the primary big man for the Mavericks, both scoring and rebounding over the last 10 games. He scored double-digit points in 8 of the last 9 games, and he's been a rebounding machine, which I think helps him stay on the floor. Going up against Sacramento, everybody says that Sabonis is undersized. I will say he's a little bit smaller than the typical 5, but he's still 6'10", the same size as Gafford. We do have a little bit of a weight advantage, but the consistency of Daniel Gafford is why I'm taking him here. Over the last 9 games, keep in mind, this is a guy who scored at least 16 points in 5 of the last 8 games. He's only missed 9 total shots over the last 9 games. From March 5th to March 13th, he was perfect from the field, shooting 33 of 33. Since then, he's been 8 of 11, 5 for 7. And in his last game against the Jazz, he scored 24 points. He only missed 1 shot, making 10. He's only averaging 10 points on the season also. I think we're going to get a decent line here, maybe a little bit of a discount. I'm going to take advantage of his great shooting and play over the last couple games. Give me Daniel Gafford to go over his total points against the Kings. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going with the Mavericks here, plus 1.5 versus the Kings. I feel like they're the better team. They know what it takes to win, and I feel like they're going to bring it in this playoff-like game. Also going with Kyrie Irving over his points versus the same Kings team. I feel like he's going to be the catalyst to our cover. He's going to put the Mavericks on his back. I think the Kings are going to focus on Luka.
Yeah, and I did type out Warriors money line. I was going to go with them. They need to win this game. But again, Draymond Green messing everything up for this team. So we're going to take the Heat on the money line instead. I think they win this game with all the talk and confusion going on with Golden State right now with Draymond Green choking out his head coach. And then, Trey, we are heavy in this Mavericks game. Hopefully they show up. We've got Daniel Gafford over his total points against the Kings as my final play of the night. Guys, that's going to do it for the NBA Plays and Props for Tuesday, March 26th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,